What is up, guys? Today we are going to be interviewing
Yeah.
the new Vice Chancellor. Um, as you can see, we have him right here in the mayor's office, and I'm just going to be asking him about his career so far, and like what he's done to get here, and how he did it, and giving some advice to you, the viewers, and how you could, maybe not get to his position, but get into a leadership role within GAR. Okay, welcome, American, to this interview. As we all know, you just got your promotion to the Vice Chancellor role. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your life, your history in GAR, and your career to get here so far. So, question number one, when you reflect on your time in the Officer Corps, what do you think has set you above the rest of your peers?
Okay, so I'd say the only thing that I had over other people climbing the ranks was simply just my charisma and my activity. Um, I'd say I was fairly active compared to most officers at the time, but I was also very engaging with everyone around me. Um, I didn't let the rank change me. I always maintained like the same attitude, the same personality that I had ever since I was a low ranking guard. That hasn't changed one bit, and I've managed to control that over everything else that was going on. So I'd say that's what set me apart from my peers.
Got it. And so, if you can remember and like reflect back on, your first few months as a high command member and like, kind of getting acclimated to the environment compared to, being an officer, what would you say that was like?
Um, it's very different. Like the task that you have is already like right off the bat something very different. Um, as an officer, it was more so just hosting and also doing department work. And that's super important because that's like the backbone of GAR. That's what maintains the structure. But once you climb the ranks and you become a high command member, it's more so um, leading and advising. So not just officer corps and its departments, but also divisions.
Got it. Now, um, changing up the subject a little bit, or the topic rather, to other cadets who want to be like you, would you recommend it? And is it even possible this far down the line?
Yeah, it is. It's very possible. Maybe not vice chancellor so much. Extremely rare. Um, But it's never going to be impossible. There's always a possibility if anyone really wants to go for vice chancellor and they have like the willpower and the ability to do it, then they can obviously get it down the line. But you could do what vice chancellor does here. You could do most of what vice chancellor does in any other rank, such as divisional leadership, guard high command. Those ranks give you the level of authority and creative freedom to do what I'm able to do. The only thing that sets me apart from those people is that I might have like maybe a little bit more of a say in development stuff or in big changes, but that doesn't, it's very minor compared to like what I could already do as a GAR High Command member. So if you really want to do what I do, or like 90% of what I do, go for GAR High Commands as a C1. You could do that, and it's very possible. It's very possible. Yes.
So, in the example of what the state of we're in right now, where there's a few high command positions open, who are typically the people that are considered for the new high command position? Is it guard officers? Is it divisional leadership? Uh, who is it really? Uh, could it be a captain, a major, or could it be, or does it have to be like a colonel or brigadier general?
Yeah, they could. If your question is saying that, you're saying like a GAR officer becoming a high command member, is that possible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, definitely. The way we choose for GAR high command is it's usually always officers, but it doesn't have to be officers. A C1 can be literally anyone in GAR. We could choose the current CEO of a division, or we could choose some guy who we think would fill the role perfectly. Of course, it's not going to be like accepted as nicely because traditionally it's officers who get accepted, but it's possible and we can do it. We just choose not to. An officer, captain or a major or mayor, yeah, definitely. They could definitely be chosen for a C1 spot. In the past, it wasn't always the highest ranking officers who got high command. It was usually like just an officer.
Got it. Got it. That's actually really good to know. I feel like that's kind of a big misconception in GAR. You have to be like, a colonel or a brigadier general in order to get into the high command position. Just because it's such a like it has so much authority within the community. But that's really good, to know for the rest of the community. I think that will really open up the rest of the community's minds about actually how the GAR structure works and how you can become a leader of the community. Now, moving on to the next question. If you had to change one thing about your time here in GAR, what would it be and why?
Hmm. Okay, the only thing I would change in my whole journey in GAR would probably be like what I did for 327th. I'd say not what I did, but what I didn't do. There's a lot of stuff that I probably should have done for 327th when I was a CL. My time spent, I could have done so much more for them, but I didn't. And the reason for it was because I had like a lot going on at that time. So the ones taking charge of my division were mostly my XO and my SXO. So that's the only thing I would change from my time in GAR. It's just my time in 327. How I would have used it more effectively if I had the chance.
Got it. And would you say you learned, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the like timeline of your leadership experience in GAR, but uh, if it did come before you were a high command member, do you think your CO position in 327th shaped you into the image that uh, blueprint staff and like the Grand Marshal would see in a C1?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of what I do for GAR and the way I lead OC is very similar to how I led 327. In the sense that instead of it being so like a bureaucracy, it's more democratic. So I always usually get the voice and opinions of those below me before I make any changes. I don't make them just out of the blue. I always spend time asking around for opinions, for thoughts, for concerns before I make any changes final. And that's like the mentality that from 327s that I took over and I carried over to um my time in OC.
Got it. And now just like a little personal background. How old were you when you first started playing GAR?
I was like 14 or 15 at the time actually. I only started playing Roblox groups in like when I was 13. But GAR was my second Roblox group that I ever joined and actually dedicated to. So yeah, about 14 or 15.
And you're how old now? Like 21?
Yep,
Wow. So six or
carried me.
almost
Yeah, it's definitely carried me.
7 or 6 years since you started in the community. Wow.
6 years, yeah, it's carried me. But believe it or not, um my leadership abilities in GAR has shaped me to actually applying it to a lot of my real jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's pushed me to being more forward and extroverted IRL. So I actually do thank GAR a lot for pushing me out of my shell. I used to be very timid, but in GAR, spending time talking with like literally hundreds of people and actually like doing hella stuff that's very similar to IRL. It's helped me a lot in searching what I want to do, such as in my uni, IRL jobs, and it's actually helped me build up my own character.
That's awesome. Now to end it off, if you had to pick, would you rather go through the present day officer academy or the one in the past which you became an officer through? Obviously, don't leak anything about OA, but if you just had to like pick one, which would it be?
Hmm. All right. Well, always it's I could say it's very different than what it was when I went through it compared
Mhm.
to what it is now. It used to be even more different before the first time before the second time I joined OA. First time I joined OA, I actually ended up leaving it because I didn't have time. That was like my rough time I had in 327 CO. But if I had to choose, I'd choose the current one just because it it functions more like an actual academy.
Oh yeah, so I was scrolling through like some past announcements, and I saw that when you had been, it might have been like Grand Marshal, Sky had mentioned that you'd be really helping to reform OA. And now that the reformations have most likely occurred, do you think that officers have better learned how to function within OC than maybe they did before, or do you think there was any beneficial changes to the reformation?
So yes, it's the current reforms of OA do end up teaching you a lot more of OC instead of just testing you and then like dropping you right into OC without direction you only know how to host. It doesn't give you a sense of direction of what you can do in OC, what to expect from OC. Um, Turn away grants you the ability to learn what you're walking into before you even get into that position in the first place. So, right off the bat, when you become an OOT member, compared to like before, current OOTs know a lot more of OC, how we function, the departments, and they have like a broader sense of knowledge of how or what they can do as they rank up.
Got it. Well, I think that'll be all for today's interview. Thank you for coming on and discussing, your past, your guard history. And I wish you the best in the new role of Vice Chancellor.
All right, thank you so much for having me, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, that'll be all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this interview with the new Vice Chancellor, American. I really enjoyed asking him some questions. I feel like as someone who's been in the community for almost a year now, I've even gotten some new insight on, the history of GAR and, you know, where like where he comes from as one of the biggest figures in GAR. Obviously, everyone looks up to him, and so I thought that interview was really powerful. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I mentioned earlier, in a small post in GAR videos, I have left 2 star codes in this video just because to make up for my mishap in the last video. So I have left 2 star codes. Make sure to hunt for those. The 2 star codes that I will be giving out are a Force Slow Game Pass and a Mandalorian Game Pass. So make sure you find those. I will say this right now. I do have a few good star codes. For example, Zombie Trooper, One Shot Shotgun, uh, Dual Lightsabers, Easter Yoda, and yeah. I mean, and I got a Darth Jar Jar, so the list really just does go on. And believe me, guys, I will eventually give those away, but I'm just waiting for the perfect moment to do that. And so I really hope that you guys will stick around the channel and keep watching my videos over the summer. I'm definitely going to be posting more as I'll have more time. Last summer I really got into the video making and video content creation of GAR, so I want to try and get that back and get more creative ideas flowing. Obviously, if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments or DM me with them on Discord. I also do have a B1 Spec Ops code. However, I will be doing a rating video where I give that one out. So if you guys haven't gotten the chance to buy the Game Pass yet, don't worry. I will be giving one out soon. Just give me time to get that video edited. And yeah, that's going to be all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.